The meditator practicing this threefold training fully is advised to reflect that when on the breathing one has restraint, and that when practicing restraint one is morally pure. This is perfect morality. While practicing in this way, the meditator cannot transgress the moral precepts, and so is practicing the training in morality. When his mindfulness remains fixed on the object, in this case the breathing, he has full concentration, samahi. His mind has only one object, and is established in that object. The person in such a condition is said to be practicing the training concentration. Next, when the meditator sees the various objects present together with their characteristics, and realizes that his mindfulness is clearly manifested in relation to those objects, he is said to have knowledge or insight. The meditator is then practicing the training in insight, i.e. in this way the meditator is practicing the entire threefold training. The interesting point is that by merely practicing this experiencing of the whole body, all three aspects of the training are cultivated. Even just this much practice guarantees perfect morality, concentration, and insight. This is the remarkable thing about morality-concentration-insight. It answers the question how a person who has not studied the scriptures thoroughly can practice the threefold training perfectly. Another point to observe is that the Buddha begins using the words he trains himself here at stage 3, and then uses them with every stage, up to the 16th and last. From stage 3 onwards, we are concerned with the real practice, the training proper. What is more, this practice is complete as regards the threefold training. Stages 1 and 2 are just preliminaries, the bare beginnings of the training in how to concentrate on an object. They consist merely in restraint, there being as yet no true morality, concentration, and insight. The threefold training is completed for the first time in stage 3.
And it can therefore be said that it is here that true knowledge or insight first arises. The word experiencing as used in the lines quoted implies complete knowledge, something higher than the mere sampajana, full awareness. Of stages 1 and 2, experiencing means knowing everything completely, clearly, and in detail. The compound patisambhati implies knowing clearly and completely the various phenomena in their natural sequence. It further implies knowing the body, that is, the breathing itself, as to its characteristics, its state of being, its causes and results, and so on. Since the word body refers here to the breathing, it follows that knowing fully means knowing the breathing is short or long. Knowing the movement of the breathing, knowing the source of the breathing, namely the life force, and knowing the result of breathing, namely the function of respiration, the necessary condition for the body and the whole physical aspect of life. To sum up, experiencing the whole body simply means knowing immediately everything related to the breathing. This knowledge culminates in knowledge of the impermanence, unsatisfactoriness, and non-selfhood of all these states and functions. A point that will be dealt with in the higher stages of the practice. Now consider the phrase, the whole body. To understand this, we must first consider the word body, kaya. Kaya means literally group. As mentioned before, there are two kinds of kaya or body, the mental and the physical, namakaya and rupakaya. The mental body or group includes the feelings, vedana, perceptions, sana, mental conditionings, sakra, and consciousness, vina. Thus it covers a wide range, but in the present case the reference is to the various mental states that arise during concentration on breathing, such as zeal, gladness, mindfulness, full awareness, and the like. All of these belong to the namakaya, the mental body. The rupakaya is the physical body made up of the four
primary elements, Mahabhuta, earth, water, fire, air, but here it refers in particular to the breathing, which is closely related to the primary elements, being what maintains them and gives them value and purpose, as well as being the basis for the continued existence of the mental body. In short, the body, that is, the breathing, performs the function of kaya sakra, body conditioner. It conditions the physical body, maintaining it as the basis for the continued existence of the mental body. A thoughtful person who has perceived the nature of the whole body, physical and mental, and seen how its two aspects are interrelated, can discover for himself the significance of the breathing and see it as worthy of special consideration. Hence it suffices to say that the monk contemplates the body in the body, out of the entire body, physical and mental. The meditator selects and watches one particular body, the breathing. Hence it is that anapanasati is called foundation of mindfulness, consisting in contemplation of the body, kayanupasana. The essence of this is natural and uninterrupted contemplation of the body in the body, which means knowing each in and out breath. Now consider the word whole. Though this word is used in connection with every kind of body, here it means simply that body which is the whole breathing or everything related to that body. Since the word body refers here to the breathing, the things to be known are all the things directly connected with that breathing. This means knowing the characteristics of the breathing and knowing what arises as a consequence of the breathing. Again, anapanasati in this third stage is still primarily concerned with concentration. So the words the whole body have meaning mainly insofar as they are concerned with concentration developed through the breathing. We can specifically say, then, that the whole body means the entire breathing process.
To experience the whole body is to experience the breathing thoroughly in all respects. As to how to experience the whole body, an easy way has been suggested. It consists in first analyzing the breathing into three phases: beginning, middle, and end. The meditator must feel where the breath originates, how it moves, where it ends, on both in and out breath. In the case of breathing in, the breath can be said to originate at the nostrils or some point in that region where the meditator feels the incoming air strike. Normally the incoming air is felt to strike at the tip of the nose, though a person with prominent lips will feel it on the upper lip, which is then to be taken as the point of origin. The middle of the breath is the interval between the point of origin and the end of the breath. So we must consider next the point where the breathing ends. We need not be too seriously concerned as to just where the in-breath ends and turns about. It suffices to take as the end point a feeling that appears more clearly than others and is more convenient to concentrate on than others. When breathing into the maximum, the meditator should feel the end of the throbbing movement and pressure of the breathing. It is generally held that the in-breath ends at the navel. It should be borne in mind that we are here concerned with the practice of meditation and not with anatomy or physiology. The exact point at which the breath ends is unimportant. What is important is to establish mindfulness on the breathing and to experience it. So the navel may as well be taken as the end point of the in-dash breath. It suffices for our purposes. We may say, then, that the in-breath has as its point of origin the tip of the nose, as its end point the navel, and as its middle the whole interval between these two. For the out-breath it is just the other way about. The point of origin is the navel and the end point the tip of the nose. Experiencing the whole body, breathing, is possible when
the meditator is aware of the beginning, middle, and end of the entire in and out breathing, not letting any part of the process pass unobserved. In practice, however, the mind is very fickle, very easily distracted even during a short period of breathing in and out, if mindfulness is not thoroughly established. The mind is bound to leave the breathing object and wander on to other things. For instance, the mind may be well fixed on the breathing at the beginning of the in-breath, only to go astray in the middle of the breath and dwell on something quite different for a shorter or longer period. For this reason, the meditator is cautioned to concentrate particularly carefully during the middle phase of the breathing. He is advised to apply different methods to keep the mind properly directed. One rough method advised for beginners is to count slowly, from 1 to 5 or from 1 to 10, for the duration of each in or out breath. If the meditator applies himself constantly to counting throughout each in and out breath, his mind will have no chance to wander. This technique also helps the meditator to control the length of the breathing. He can make his breathing longer or shorter by lengthening or shortening the count. A detailed explanation of the method of counting will be given in stage 4, to follow. Here is another method, which is quite subtle and delicate. It is recommended that the meditator should imagine his mind as actually tied to the breathing. He should visualize the air as dragging the mind in and out all the time as he breathes. In order to do this, he must breathe strongly enough to be able to feel the movement of the air. He should feel as if his breathing passages were highly sensitive. He should distinctly feel the air as something solid, which scrapes as it moves in and out. By this means, the meditator will be able to feel the entire breathing cycle and concentrate on it. He will then easily discern where it begins, how it moves,